Thank you so much, Anupama. Thank you. A very good morning to you and a very good morning to our dear listeners out there as well. That's right, a very special program in preparation for the Anti-Corruption Day, which falls tomorrow. And, well, it is, we are preparing from today as well, as Anupama highlighted. And I have the pleasure, the immense pleasure of welcoming into the studios and here at the SLBC, Miss Anusha Sammandapperuma, the Assistant Director of Legal Affairs, Assistant Director Legal of the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. Thank you so much, Miss Anusha, Attorney at Law, for taking time off your busy schedule. You have to go to court today as well, you said. And of course, you are just round the corner. The office is just opposite the SLBC. So we are very happy to have you in the studios here this morning. Thank you once again, Miss Anusha.
Yes. Mario, thank you so much. And first of all, I would like to thank for me that you invited me to your program. And also, it's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you once again, Attorney at Law, Miss Anusha. Let's get into the program straight away because I think we are running short of time, and also it's a very, very important program in my opinion as well, especially to our listeners out there, especially with regard to the discourse and the idea of anti-corruption and corruption. So, Miss Anusha, can you please tell us why really is the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, why is it relevant to the general public of Sri Lanka?
Yes, Mario, the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, or the CIABOC.
Okay.
It's relevant, not only relevant, it's very important to the general public.
Yes.
Mostly when we are in concerns of the aspect of accountability and also the transparency, CIABOC plays a crucial role.
Yes.
CIABOC plays a crucial role in holding public officials responsible for corrupt practices.
Yes.
Not only that, by investigating allegations of bribery and corruption, the Commission contribute to fostering the transparency within the government institution and also within the public officers.
Yes.
And also, most importantly, the public trust. When Anti-Corruption Commission, existence of an Anti-Corruption Commission enhance the public trust in between the public officials and the institution wise. And also not only that, I think it promote the good governance as well.
Yes.
Not only that, it upholding the rule of law.
Yes.
Because the Commission initiating investigation and also prosecuting process also taken by the Commission by directing to the Director General.
Yes.
So it enhanced and upholding the rule of law as well.
Yes, thank you, Attorney at Law, Miss Anusha, for that, and that very important fact that you mentioned, that it's a very important function of the state now, isn't it?
Yes.
And we have heard about, as a general, or the general public, and even as presenters or news readers, we keep highlighting the role, and we keep talking about your office, or at least we mention your office on the title and the name of your office quite often on our news bulletins and in our discourse. But if you could just highlight to us, the general public, what constitutes the Commission? How is this Commission, made? What is the composition of the Commission? And if you could just talk to us a bit about the composition of the Commission.
Yes. With regard to the composition of the Commission, Mario, that the Commission consisted with 3 commissioners, including other officials and also the Director Generals. But of course, with the new enactment, because we have now new Anti-Corruption Act.
Correct.
Yes. So it was enforced in 15 September.
Okay.
So by the new enactment, the composition also it has been changed.
Yes.
But prior to the Commission, it was there, the bribery department, and also the bribery commissioner was there.
Yes.
But in 1994, the bribery commission was established with 3 commissioners and also the Director General.
Yes.
But there has not been any change with the composition.
Yes.
But the appointment of the commissioners and also the DG, that aspect has been bit changed by the new enactment. in this year.
In this year.
Yes.
And Miss Anusha, if you could just tell us, is it heavily legal based? Is it like are the commissioners and the composition, all the officers, are you all attorneys at law, or is there space for a non-legal aspect as well?
Yes, Mario. The thing is that prior to new enactment, this new Anti-Corruption Act, the 3 commissioners of the commission, as I told you before, the commission constituted with the 3 commissioners.
Yes.
So the appointment of the 3 commissioners was slightly different, because the 2 commissioners should be appointed from the retired judges of the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal prior to the new enactment. But after the new enactment, it has been changed, because that aspect has not been, you can see in the new act. When selecting the commissioners and appointing the commissioners, because that obviously that first commissioner should be
retired.
After the new enactment, the first commissioner should be from the legal field. But 2 other commissioners can be appointed in other fields as well, like forensic auditing and also engineering field. And also,
so in a way it has broadened.
Yes, it has broadened.
Yes, and so the new act has really, in a way, changed. I would say, would you say it's keeping up to date with the international kind of principles, or is it? How would you respond to the new kind of act?
Yes, that is true, because the composition of the commission prior to the new enactment, actually it's very nature to our country, because the commission it's slightly different when we compare to the other countries, because you can find it out within the commission, both prosecuting officers and also the investigating officers, but you can't find it out both officers in another countries' anti-corruption commissions. So basically our task is not only investigation but also the prosecuting. So in one aspect, we can say that there should be commissioners appointed from legal field as well. Yes, but new act has been given opportunity for other field as well to be appointed as commissioners.
Thank you, Ms. Anusha, for that clarification. And we are going to, I wouldn't want to use the word celebrate, because we can't use that word, as you also highlighted. But really, Ms. Anusha, what is the significance of the International Anti-Corruption Day, which falls on the 9th of December, that is tomorrow?
There is a history behind that, Mario, because 9th of December now that we celebrate, because there is a reason. That initially that date was initiated and established by the General Assembly of United Nations in 2003. And the decisions to celebrate the 9th, the Anti-Corruption World Anti-Corruption Day, is that the UNCAC. UNCAC was initiated in 2003. So the conventions against anti-corruption. So that is the reason that we celebrate 9th of December as the Anti-Corruption Day.
And it is very important, especially in our country, for the citizens, I think, to be aware of this as well, to know that this day is very important. And also, I think you will agree with me, it is not only one day that we have to kind of talk about or highlight the need for anti-corruption, but I think every day in our day-to-day lives, this idea of being transparent, clear, honest, and void of corruption is important, isn't it?
Yes, that is true. Because not only that, because that UNCAC was signed in 2003, as same as today in 9th December, but also every year in 9th of December in each country's non-governmental organization and also the government organizations, civil societies and also general public and also public interest group, that they celebrated this day not just ceremonial sittings, but also that they are creating awareness programs and also some training programs, and also to give public awareness regarding anti-bribery and corruption.
Yes, thank you. Yes, public awareness is very, very important, and we will continue with the program. Anupama, over to you for a slight musical interlude, and after which we will talk very specially about the role played by the Commission with relation to, or in relation to, the UN Convention Against Corruption.
Look at you, driving, listening to the radio, drinking your coffee, talking on your phone. You could use another distraction.
Wow! The world's most beautiful music for the world's best listeners.
This is radio.
Sri Lanka.
Kakuluso, the right combination of many Ayurvedic medicines. Ideal for tender skins of babies. Let's protect our kids from all germs. The only solution, Ayurvedic. Kakuluso. Kakuluso, a proud product of Siddhalepa.
Yes, I do. Now give me just a little time. Girl, I wanna shake you down. I wanna rock you down. I can give you all the loving you need. I'm gonna love you. Come on, let me take you down. Well, we'll go all the way to heaven. Girl, I've been missing you. And you know, it's funny. Every time I get to feeling this way, I wish I had you near me. I want to reach out and touch you. I can't stop thinking of the things we do. The way you call me, baby, when I'm holding you. I shake and I shiver when I know you're near. Then you whisper in my ear, oh, baby, well.
The child is a king, the carolers sing. The old is past, there's a new beginning. Dreams of Santa, dreams of snow. Fingers numb, faces aglow. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. A time for living, a time for believing, a time for trusting, not deceiving. Love and laughter and joy ever after. Ours for the taking, just follow the master. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children sing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Silent night, holy It's a time for giving, a time for getting, a time for forgiving and for forgetting. Christmas is love, Christmas is peace, a time for hating and fighting to cease. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Silent night, holy night.
Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see.
Thank you, Anupama, and we are continuing with our very special program. We are in conversation with Miss Anusha, Attorney at Law, Assistant Director Legal of Chairbock. And Miss Anusha, what is the role played by the Commission in the dissemination of the principles and accords of the UN Convention Against Corruption?
Yes, Mario. The Commission plays a crucial role in disseminations and implementations of the principles of UNCAC, mainly awareness and the education.
Okay.
So, the Bribery Commission is responsible for raising awareness among the public and government officials,
Yes.
and also relevant stakeholders about the UNCAC.
Okay.
Not only that, implementations of UNCAC provisions also very important. So if you see new Anti-Corruption Act, you can see so many new features that introduced to the new Anti-Corruption Act that was brought and incorporated from the UNCAC as well.
Okay.
Not only that, monitoring and reporting also one of the part that the CIABOC doing as a task that is also initiating from the UNCAC. Yes.
So, really, the UNCAC has influenced this new act as you have highlighted, and
Yes, that is true.
empowered the Siabok to a great extent as well.
That is true.
Yes.
Because Mario, we can see if you see previous Anti-Corruption Act, because prior to this new act that we had three piece of legislations, Bribery Act and also Siabok Act and also Asset and Declarations Law.
Yes.
But that three legislations was repealed and brought this new act.
Okay.
But we can't see these new features that you can see in the new Anti-Corruption Act in the previous act. For example, that you can see like money laundering, and also conflict of interest, and sport bribery, bribing foreign officials, and there are lots of new elements and new offences has been introduced, and it was incorporated from ANCAC as well, and also from the foreign legislations.
Yes, and I think as you were telling me before, this idea of sports law and this idea of competitive sports and how certain results and all of that is included in this new act.
Yes, in the previous act that we cannot find it out such an offence like sport bribery, because that match fixing or pitch fixing. Not only that, there are some other offences as well. So I think it's a good initiatives by this new act that we hope that there may be complaints.
Yes, and positive changes.
Yes.
And Miss Anusha, you were also talking about conflict of interests. I think that is very important for us also to be aware, especially when we are making decisions or when we are taking decisions, or if we are in any position of power. This idea of sometimes we may not think or we may not go to the extent, is there potential conflict of interest? But that is something, a very important aspect that you highlighted, that we must constantly be aware of, isn't it?
That is true. Because that anti-corruption, if we want to eliminate the bribery and corruption, that we have to start from somewhere.
Yes.
So integrity is the most important thing.
Yes.
Rather than anything.
Yes.
So I think conflict of interest also one of the thing that maybe affect the integrity.
Yes, definitely, Miss Anusha. Sometimes we think, okay, bribery and corruption is maybe just giving money or taking money or taking property or getting or any kind of, tangible aspects. But as you very rightly pointed out, sometimes how we think and the decisions that we make can also be, can constitute as a bribe, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Because bribe is not just bribing money or something.
Yes.
More than that.
Yes.
In Sri Lanka we can see the dividends of bribery and corruption.
Yes.
But in other countries that these two elements included in one, in corruption.
Okay.
But in Sri Lanka that we can see, if you see the legislation, that our anti-corruption legislation, that there is a separate offence called bribery and also the corruption.
Okay.
So bribery, obviously you can say that soliciting or accepting a bribe, a gratification.
Yes.
But corruption is something more than that.
More than that.
More than that.
Yes.
So it involves conflict of interest and also the code of conduct, ethics.
Yes.
All these things that values.
Yes, the entire value system, and I think the institutional code of any public servant, and not only public servants, but I think even non-public, non-governmental servants also. This is very important, isn't it?
Yes, because in prior to new Anti-Corruption Act, that only public officials were within the purview of the bribery corruption laws.
Yes.
In certain occasions, like when we offering apart from the public servant, the other normal civil persons could be subject to some offences.
Yes.
But by the new act, it introduced the private sector bribery as well.
Okay.
So now not only the public officials, but also in private sector bribery also recognized as an offence.
So it's really broadening the scope.
Exactly.
Yes, and continuing with that very important aspect that you highlighted, we, as I told you informally as well, your office is always mentioned on any news, at any news corporation, in the papers, and it is an office that I think is well known by the general public. We know about the excellent work done by SEABOC and the existence of the SEABOC. So this may be a very basic question to you, but for most of us, sometimes we know about SEABOC, but how do we really, Miss Anusha, access the commission? Say I'm having a problem and I don't know where to go, and I've heard of this very important commission. Are you accessible? How does the general public get about with, say, perhaps making a complaint, or the very basic process of accessing the commission? Of course, we know where the commission is, because we've seen it so many times on the television, and it's here in right next to the BMICH and very easy to access physically. But how does one start the process with the commission if one is facing a sense of, insecurity or a problem?
Yes, of course. It's very simple. It's very open to the general public in many ways, because there are so many channels that the general public can close to us.
Okay.
Now, in that we are in new technological era.
Yes.
So, unlike previous days that you don't need to come directly to the commission and make a complaint. So, you can use our website even, and you can use our email address, and we have the hotline also. So, online platform also there for any person around the country, whether he's in Colombo, in Trinco, or somewhere in Jaffna, then they can close to us by just a call.
Okay.
So, not only because now there are so many people that there are informant and also that whistleblowers as well. So they don't want to reveal their identity.
Yes.
In that event, yes, they can make complaints for us anonymously.
Okay.
No need to tell their names, and also we once we receive the complaints, we initiate everything, our investigators, because we do have very capable investigators. Yes. So that way also there, and also physical office. It's there, so any person can come, and we have several branches, bribery, corruption, asset investigation and all. So any person can come and make the complaints. And new feature that the very important feature that we have is that we do have that we can commence investigation by our own motion. That was brought by the 21st Amendment and also 19th Amendment to the Constitution. Yes.
Okay. So you do not necessarily need to receive a complaint, but on the advice and the kind of intuition of the commission, you can go ahead with investigation.
Yes, that is so, Mario, because we got this opportunity by the 19th Amendment, but unfortunately we lost it in the 20th Amendment. But again, now we have the same thing in the 21st Amendment as well. So we can initiate investigation by our own motion, even without a complaint.
Yes.
So there are so many ways that the general public can close to us. It's very simple. And our hotline also, our number of our previous, the old Bribery Act, 1954.
1954.
Yes.
So 1954 is there for any...
Yes. 1954 is there because the first bribery legislation was enacted in 1954.
Okay, so then
that is the reason.
That's thank you for that very interesting comment. And once again, a very simple question, but it's coming from a point of maybe there are people out there who need to know this as well. Miss Anusha, if we are making a complaint, or if we address the commission, is it mandatory that we have any kind of evidence before we make the complaint, or is that entirely on your part? Like, because sometimes maybe we need to address the idea that maybe sometimes one can make a false complaint to Siebach and to tarnish someone's reputation or image. So how, in that instance, is it mandatory that we come with any kind of evidence before we make the complaint, or it's not required, and you will, after the complaint is made, it is your responsibility and you will take the full investigation into your hands? Is it?
Yeah, the thing is, any person come and make a complaint, not that if something has happened to him or herself, but if he or herself seen even, he can come and say. So in that even, obviously he may not have the evidence. No? Then that obviously, as you correctly said, that it is up to the commission and the officials. But once you mention that the false complaints and all, there are provisions in our legislation that if any person make the false complaints also, that
you can take action against
that person as well. Because if a person make a complaint to the bribery commission, that does not mean that we are initiating investigation against a person.
That's a very important point.
Prior to initiate investigation, that we do several other, that whether we are seeing that the information is true or false.
A case study.
Preliminary inquiry that we are doing. Then and only if we want to make an investigation, if the information is true, then we initiate the investigation. So
that's a very important clarification. Just because you make a complaint doesn't mean that there is an allegation.
That is true. That is true. Because there are offences normally people because maybe the making false complaints
out of a personal grudge or an anger, or
most of things out of the personal grudge. That is true, because we can see when we peruse the complaints and all.
Good, yes. So I think that's a very important fact that you highlighted. You cannot take the commission or the new act for granted. And in no way can you, based on a personal vendetta or a personal anger, just come to the commission and make a complaint. So I think that's a very important fact that you highlighted.
Yes, that is true, Mario. Not only that our legislation consisted the provisions against, accused. But also there are certain provisions that protect the victims and also the informant and stakeholders, that the whistleblowers, the persons who give the informations for us, and also the witnesses. So there are so many provisions that we can give the protections for them as well.
Yes, so I think that's very important. It increases transparency and integrity.
That is true.
So thank you so much for highlighting that. We will take another short musical interlude before we continue.
You're with Radio Sri Lanka on 97.4 and 97.6 FM.
Ramaya. bara, jambo shi bara bara, shilongati, shirababa. Ramaya, utuku Ramaya, abantu Ramaya, biranda tumbala. Oh Ramaya, utuku Ramaya, abantu Ramaya, bijumbala. Ramaya, jamboshi bara bara, jamboshi bara bara, ulungati, shilongati, shirababa. Ramaya, utuku Ramaya, abantu Ramaya, biranda tumbala. Oh Ramaya, utuku Ramaya, abantu Ramaya, bijumbala.
My grandma and your grandma were sitting by the fire. My grandma told your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. You're talking about henna, aiko ande, Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. Look at my king all dressed in red, aiko ande. I bet you $5 he'll kill you dead. Giacomo finane, talking about henna, aiko ande, Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. My flag boy and your flag boy sitting by the fire. My flag boy to your flag boy, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. You're talking about henna, aiko ande, Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. See that guy all dressed in green, aiko ande. He's not a man, he's a loving machine. Giacomo finane, talking about henna, aiko ande, Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. Talking about henna, aiko ande, Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane, Giacomo finane, Giacomo finane.
Shakti. Refresh your mind and body. Shakti Energy Drink. 350 rupees only. Available at island-wide leading groceries and supermarkets. Shakti. Taste the power.
Continuing with a very special program, we are in conversation with Miss Anusha, Assistant Director Legal of Seabok. And Miss Anusha, thank you once again for taking time, and this is a very important program, especially because tomorrow is Anti-Corruption Day. Miss Anusha, what are some of the major changes and contributions made by the Commission in relation since its inception?
Yes. Mario, from 1954.
Yes.
From 1954 to 1994, until the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery corruption was established, there were changes, but significant changes were made in not too many changes,
okay.
But in 2018 there was an important change that has been made, because in previously that we could institute indictment. We could institute proceedings against the suspect accused regarding the corruption offences only in the magistrate courts. But in 2018, a new amendment was brought, and we are able to institute proceeding before High Court regarding corruption offences as well. And also, another important amendment was made to the Judicature Act, which allows us to initiate the trial at bar cases regarding corruption, bribery and corruption matters. So those two changes, most important changes that we can say prior to this new Act. Because by this new Act, it has been changed so many fields. Mostly the offences and also substantive offences and also the procedural offences as well. So the scope of the Bribery Commission has been enhanced by the new Anti-Corruption Act. Investigation side as well as the prosecuting side as well. So it's a big challenge for us even now, because for us also it's very new. Because as I told you previously, most of the offences that incorporated, it was incorporated. So that we also have to use to get
and now you have to study and also kind of be updated in relation to those new developments.
That is true, because it was came into operation from this September
2 months
15,
ago.
2 months ago. So we also in the process of studying the new Act.
And of course it won't be ethically correct for me to ask you or for you to speak about it, because you are a member of the commission, Assistant Director Legal, and you of course we have to follow the ethical principles of broadcasting. But I think just to remind our dear listeners out there that we are aware of, and also through media and through especially print media, we are aware of some of the cases that your commission has actually investigated and highlighted to the general public. So I know we can't ask you in detail about that, and you can't mention any names, but in the general discourse, in the general public, the Commission has really in the recent past really transformed this idea of transparency and kind of highlighting from be it very minor, I wouldn't like to say minor, but from be it very everyday domestic instances of corruption and bribery to large scale white collar internationally kind of linked aspects of bribery and corruption. Of course, ethically you can't mention any names, but we as the general public so we would also kind of like remind or highlight the fact that the Commission is very much hands-on in investigating and kind of prosecuting, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Because nowadays we are having lots of complaints. Because with the new Anti-Corruption Act, as I told you, that the new offences were introduced. So that we are making awareness to the public even regarding these new offences. Because money laundering, sport corruption matters as well. So the public also should aware that these offences it's possible to complain to the Bribery Commission. So far, when if we see the history, that of course, that we do have so many investigations from top to bottom. And also the very recent, there are so many cases that we have prosecuted and concluded cases. And also the culprit that now took into the justice and now they are in the prison. So I think the most important thing is the general public should take the informations from the proper source. That is true. Because they can see our website, because every day it updates the number of prosecutions and also the investigations and also the raids that we are conducting, rather than getting information from the other sources.
And informal kind of sources.
That is true, informal sources, because we can't trust on the informal sources. That, as you said, the trust of the people to the Commission is most important.
And you need to also, as you very rightly highlighted, know your facts before coming to the commission as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Not only that, because as you mentioned that I can remember that you said the bribery commission always the public always
is aware of
the bribery commission, that they always talk about the bribery commission, and even in the news as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, the general public should get the information from the proper source.
Yes.
Because in nowadays, I think it's better to take the information from the proper
the direct source.
Direct source from the commission itself. The informations about the commission, not from the outside sources, informal sources. Then the people can get the benefits, the advantage exactly from the commissions what they wanted.
Yes. And I think you highlighted to me in our conversation that with the new act, the RTI has also been incorporated, or the right to information and aspect has been incorporated into the commission as well. So if we want any information as well from the commission, we are now able to, under the new act, get that as well, isn't it?
Yes, because RTI always it's available, because any person under the Right to Information Act that you can get the information from the governmental officials. From the Bribery Commission also it is possible. But there are limitations, because that we can't provide pending cases and
until
also the investigation. To some extent that we can give the informations. But that as I told you, from our act that we have provided that ensurety that that the people can, that transparency always there, the people can get the information if they wanted, that they can request, they can make the request, and also that once we receive the complaint, that we always inform them that we receive your complaint.
Okay. So there is a process that is very stringently followed, and a transparent process.
That is true.
Okay. So time is really ticking, and we have only time for our final question. So Miss Anusha, what is your message, or what are the as the Assistant Director Legal of Siabok, what are your recommendations to the general public listening to national radio in Sri Lanka?
Mario, the important thing is reporting corruption.
Okay.
Encouraging the public to report the instances of bribery and corruptions to the Commission through the designated channels such as hotlines, online and platforms. So, and also the awareness campaigns, promoting public awareness about the detrimental effects of the corruption and the role of individual can play to eliminate the bribery and corruption. And also the whistleblower protection also, that we have to emphasize to the public that if you made a complaint to the Bribery Commission, if you give the information to the Bribery Commission, that you are safe.
You will be protected.
You will be protected. So that should be communicated to the general public, because then and only that they will make the complaints without any fear. That is the most important thing. And also, I was not able to mention early about that sexual bribery.
Yes.
That is most important for women.
Yes.
Because mostly that they are the people who get victimized by this offense. And I should mention, because this your program is listened by many people.
Definitely, yes.
Yes. That previously, Mario, the sexual bribery was not included into our legislation expressly as a gratification. So it was not there.
It was implied.
It was implied, and it was implied. Now, in the new Anti-Corruption Act, the sexual favor is included as expressly stated as a gratification, not only the physical, but also verbal as well.
Emotional, sometimes mental and emotional.
Verbal as well. Verbal, non-verbal, not only the physical.
Okay, that's very important to understand.
Verbal, the sexual nature.
Yes. Conduct in general.
That is true. That is true. So it's a wide interpretation and the provisions that that is very important provision. So we should communicate this message to the women that they
and
may be.
I also think it's very important, as you very rightly highlight, this idea of stigma and being ashamed, that has to be eradicated. That
is true, because the process of investigating also it's slight difference when we come up to the women's and also the children. because that our officers is very, understanding, trained for making, recording statement, that type of investigation.
Yes.
And very luckily nowadays that we are having slight
a change,
yes,
and more reports
of the sexual bribery as well,
which is very important,
which is very important because that in rural areas mostly,
yes,
that they are not come up with the complaints because they hide themselves what they wanted to tell.
Yes, and they feel victimized and they feel a sense of shame.
That is true.
And they do not want to talk about it. And
that is true.
The new act actually legally provides a space for you to not to be victimized, but for actually justice to be served, isn't it?
That is true. That is true. And also, finally, I would like to say that by this new Anti-Corruption Act, new offences were introduced. So the people is not aware that that actually these offences that I can complain to the Bribery Commission.
Yes.
So I think it's better to make awareness by the governmental organisation, non-governmental organisation, and the public interest group to make awareness to the general public about these new offences.
Yes.
Then I think that it will enhance
the scope and the action and the kind of meting out of justice.
Yes, and also the implementations of the principles of UNCAC as well.
Yes. Yes. So it's almost 8 o'clock, and once again, thank you so much, Ms. Anusha Sammandapperuma, Assistant Director Legal of the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, for taking time off your busy schedule. I can see you are all ready now to, I think, go to court and begin your important work. So thank you very much again, Ms. Anusha, for being here.
Yes, thank you, Mario, and it's pleasure to me. It's honor to me.
Yes.
Part of your program.
Thank you once again, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And as we say bye to Ms. Anusha Sammandapperuma, Assistant Director Legal of the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, we say thank you to Anupama for assistance on the other side as well. Over to you, Anupama.